So, NFL Week 4 predictions. This is a big one. Last week, I did not do my predictions. I didn't even do a show. I wasn't here. So, NFL predictions, my goal was to be 50%. I think there's been a lot of parity so far in the NFL regarding these games. They've not been easy to pick. A lot of times you just look, oh, this is the better team, but the better team overall isn't always winning the games. It's been tough. So here we go. Thursday night football. Got the Miami Dolphins at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals have been struggling so far this year. They finally pick up a win last week. Miami is on a tear. They look really good. Part of me wants to go with the Bengals because they're at home. I think they're really going to start to pick it up and play better. But right now, the Dolphins are on fire, and it's really hard for me to pick against them. Tua's doing quite well. Their receivers, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle playing well. Their defense playing stout. They just beat the Buffalo Bills. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. I got to go with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are going to win Thursday night football. So then we've got the Minnesota Vikings at the New Orleans Saints. My Panthers finally picked up a win last week against the Saints. I know they did have some injuries there. But I'm not sure of the status or the health of Jameis Winston. But Jameis will be Jameis, and he's going to turn the football over. And, he's going to make a couple mistakes. And I think that Minnesota, while Dalvin Cook might be out for this game, I think they are the better overall team. So give me the Vikings at New Orleans on the road. Cleveland Browns at the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons have been competitive in every game they've been in so far. Whether it's coming from behind or having a big lead or, keeping it close. But the talent they have, they've done quite well. Cleveland, Nick Chubb's killing it. I think he's the leading rusher in the NFL right now. He's doing a great job. So he's killing it on the ground game. Jacoby Brissett has been pretty solid. He hasn't been great, but he hasn't been bad. And the offensive line is playing well. Defense is playing well. I think this is going to be a close game, but I think Cleveland is just a little bit better defensively in the trenches. The defensive line and the offensive line, they're better there. So I think that's going to be the deciding factor. Give me the Browns at Atlanta. They've got the Buffalo Bills at the Baltimore Ravens. I was just hyping Lamar Jackson up, so I think I got to go with the Ravens here. They're at home. I think this is going to be a shootout. You got two of the best offenses in the league. Buffalo, they're going to be upset because they just lost a road game to a division rival. But I'm going to go with the Ravens, man. Lamar is going to keep walking that talk and talking that walk, or whatever you want to call it. He's here for business, man. Give me the Baltimore Ravens. Buffalo Bills going to drop 2 in a row. Crazy. Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys here. Their defense, they're just a better overall team. Their defense is better. Cooper Rush, he's playing fine enough for them to beat a Commanders team with Carson Wentz that he was sacked 9 times last week, multiple turnovers. I mean, he was bad. Cowboys are at home. They have a better rushing game. Give me the Cowboys. I think they're just the better overall team for this, and even with the backup quarterback, I think they're still better. Give me the Cowboys at home. Seattle Seahawks at the Detroit Lions. Give me the Lions. The Lions have looked really good this year. Every game they've been in has been super fun to watch. I love Dan Campbell. Amon St. Brown, guy's tearing it up. DeAndre Swift playing good football. Aiden Hutchinson looking good as a rookie. The Seahawks, they haven't been bad. They've been competitive. They've been a lot better than people were anticipating. But Detroit at home, I just think the Lions are a better team, so I'm going to go with Detroit here. We've got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Houston Texans. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than people think. Houston, even though they haven't won a game yet, they have been a tough out. Their defense has been much improved. They have a nice running game. Davis Mills is still very in the middle for me. The Chargers are a very finesse team. They're very high-powered on offense, but they don't have that killer instinct that makes me really want to pick them. I am going to go with the Chargers. I think they're the better team, but I think this could be an upset. And this could be a really close game, but I'm going to go with the Chargers on the safe side. Tennessee Titans at Indianapolis Colts. Both teams picking up wins last week. Colts are 1-1-1. It's a very interesting record so far. And then the Tennessee Titans finally picking up a win last week against the 0-3 Las Vegas Raiders. What are they doing? I'm going to go with the Colts here. I think they're better defensively. They're better in the trenches. And Tennessee, it really comes down to Derrick Henry. Obviously, I know that's a very simple thing to say, but I think the Colts can do a fine enough job of controlling him. And I never trust Ryan Tannehill, really. And this is a divisional game. I just think the Colts are slowly kind of turning it around. I think Jonathan Taylor will have a nice game. Give me the Colts at home. Bears at the Giants. This is like the best of the worst. Both teams are 2-1, but neither quarterback is really doing it for me. I like Justin Fields. I wanted the Panthers to go with Justin Fields. He hasn't been great. The offensive line in Chicago is not good. They don't have a ton of weapons either. Darnell Mooney has been kind of a disappointment this season. But their defense has been good enough to keep them in games, and they have a record over 500. Same thing with the Giants. They've got weapons. Saquon's playing well. They have a good enough defense. But Daniel Jones, he doesn't do it for me. And neither does their offensive line. I'm gonna go with the Giants here. I think they're just a better coached team. I like what Brian Daboll's done so far. They had a competitive game against Dallas last week. But I think they're going to rely on that run game, play some solid defense. I think the Bears are going to make a couple mistakes on offense. Give me the Giants. I think the Giants will win at home. Jacksonville at Philadelphia. Shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're having a really good start to the season. Trevor Lawrence and those guys, they're looking like the real deal under Doug Peterson. And obviously Philadelphia, they're undefeated. They look good. Jalen Hurts right now looking like a leading MVP candidate. If the season ended today, he's looking quite well. I think this is going to be a tough one. It's two teams. Jacksonville, I think they're underrated. I think it's going to be a good game, but I got to go with Philly at home. Jacksonville, they do struggle on the road. I think they just got their first road win in like 18 games. It's been a long time. I don't know if they can do it twice in a row. I'm going to go with Philly. I think they're just the better team, and they're at home. So give me the Eagles here. New York Jets at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to go with the Steelers here. The Jets, they have some nice young pieces. Zach Wilson should be coming back. I don't know really what to expect from him. I think Pittsburgh is good enough on defense to force some turnovers. We could start to see Kenny Pickett come in soon. Trubisky hasn't been bad, but he hasn't really been good. He's been very so-so. And they're at home. I think they're going to control the clock, control the run game, control up front. Give me the Steelers. We got Arizona at Carolina. I'm actually supposed to go to this game this weekend. I don't know if I will because of what's going on with the hurricane and just how that all works out. I think, Carolina did win last week. And if I did have predictions to make, I was going to go with New Orleans to win the game. Just because Carolina has lost the two times I picked them so far this season. But Carolina's offense is really struggling. However, their defense does look much improved over the first 2 weeks. They've done a better job there. They're actually sticking to running the football, it looks like. Now, it depends on how this game turns out in terms of the weather. If it's windy and it's tough to throw the football and it's not the best elements, I think that favors Carolina because I think they have a better offensive line and I think they have a better running game. So that will help in that aspect. I also think Carolina is... Their defense, they struggle really hard. They struggle really bad against teams that are physical up front and teams that are, powerful running teams. Arizona is not that. Arizona is very speed, finesse, and our defense matches up quite well with that. I think this is going to be a close game. I could see Arizona winning this, but I think this is a good matchup for Carolina on paper, better than people think. If the offense can just turn the ball around, if Baker Mayfield can just throw an accurate pass, if they can do something, I think this game favors Carolina due to the weather that could be in effect, and I think they're just better up front. So I'm going to go with the Panthers here. I think the Panthers can steal another one, get to 2-2. New England at Green Bay. Green Bay goes into Tampa last week, and it was a pretty low-scoring game, but they get the job done. They beat the Bucs at home. New England's struggling this year, man. Mac Jones, ankle injury, he's day-to-day. I'm not sure if he's going to play. He's questionable. And, I don't know what New England's doing offensively. They're scoring more points, but their defense also is not doing the best job that I thought they would this season. I got to go with the Packers, especially if Mac Jones is not healthy. I got to go with the Packers. I think they're just the better team. They're better on offense. They're better on defense right now. And Aaron Rodgers playing good football. Week 1. Typical week 1 for Aaron Rodgers where he sucks and the team sucks. Everybody overreacts. I even said that on the show. I don't know if I believe in them long term, but in this game I do believe in the Packers over the Patriots. Denver at Las Vegas. Every team in this game, both teams in this game, have been disappointing this season. The Raiders, their defense is awful. Devontae Adams has been okay. They haven't really figured out that relationship yet with Derek Carr. But Derek Carr's not Aaron Rodgers, so I don't really know what they're expecting there. And then the Broncos, their offense has not really done that hot. Russell Wilson off to a slow start. I do like Denver's defense, though, against this Raiders offense, so that's why I am going to go with the Broncos to win this game. I do suspect that the Broncos offense will have a better day against this bad Raiders defense, so I'm interested in seeing that. I'm going to go with the Broncos. Kansas City Chiefs at the Tampa Bay Bucks. Before I did this podcast, it looks like they are still going to keep this game in Tampa. I don't think Tampa was really too badly affected. I would assume so for them to still have this game here in Tampa Bay. Chiefs at the Bucks. This is a tough one. Chiefs had a rough week last week. So did the Bucks. Both teams really desperately needing a win. But like I said at the start of the season, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a comeback game. I think that the Bucks offensive line, they're kind of banged up. The Bucks defense is very solid, but I just think Mahomes he's going to turn it up this game. He's going to be quite pissed off at what happened last week against the Colts. Him and Eric Bieniemy, I think that's how you say it, kind of getting into it. So give me the Chiefs. Next game, we've got the LA Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are back with Jimmy Garoppolo. Trey Lance, unfortunately, out for the season. That's tough for them. I still like San Francisco as a team, but I think right now